Very good morning, students. In today's video, we are going to learn overhead cost allocation. Okay, so in previous video, I have given three cases: case 1, case 2 and case 4. That is problem number 1, 2 and 3. And today's video, let us start with problem number 4. So let me read out the problem so that we will have a solution. Swiss Company Limited has 3 production departments and 2 service departments. Swiss Company Limited has 3 production departments and 2 service departments. From the following information, show the distribution of service department cost under the repeated distribution method. So what is the question asked in this problem? Whatever information provided to us, we need to show the distribution of service department cost under the repeated distribution method. Okay, so let us observe the information provided to us. Production departments P1, P2, P3, and the production departments P1 overheads are 4,800, P2 overheads are 4,200 and P3 overheads 3,000. So altogether the total of production department overheads 12,000. And the service departments namely X and Y. Service department X overheads are 1,000 rupees and service department Y overheads are 1,200. The expenses of survey department are charged on a percentage basis, which is as follows. So, whatever allocation is there, the apportionment of service department are should be distributed on the basis of percentages. So, the percentages are given. Let us focus on it. Production department, service department. And for the service department X, production department is going to charge 20%, production department 2 40%, production department 3 30%. Because it is service department, it has nothing, and service department Y 10%. So 20 plus 40 60%, 60 plus 30 90%, 90 plus 10 100%. Got it? Next, service department Y, production department 1 40%, production department 2 20%, production department 3 20% and service department X 20%. So 40 plus 20 60%, 60 plus 20 80%, 80 plus 20 100%. This was the problem given to us. Now we need to do the solution. So before going to the solution, I just want to read out the problem one more time. So here we have 2 service departments and 3 production departments. And the names of the service departments are X and Y. Names of the production departments are P1, P2, P3. And we need to show the distribution of service department cost with repeated distribution method. Production departments P1, P2, P3 expenses are 4,800, 4,200, 3,000. Altogether, production department expenses are 12,000 or overheads are 12,000. And we have 2 service departments namely X and Y. X department overheads are 1,000, Y department overheads are 1,200. Okay, so the expenses of service department are charged on the basis of percentage, and they have given us the percentages. Production department 1, 2, 3, 20%, 40%, 30%, and service department Y 10%. Service department Y to the production department 1, 2, 3, 40%, 20%, 20%, and service department X 20%. So let us move to the solution. See, as we have seen very clearly, on the basis of percentage, we need to apportion the service department overheads. So, as per the primary distribution, service department X to production department 1, production department 2, production department 3 and service department Y, the percentage is given as 20%, 40%, 30% and 10%. And service department Y to all 3 production departments and service department X 40%, 20%, 20% and 20%. So this was the information given. So what is the expenditure of production department 1, 2 and 3 as given in the problem, which is showing on the table of this present slide. As per primary distribution, production department 1 4,800, production department 2 4,200, production department 3 3,000 and service department X 1,000, service department Y 1,200. So whatever information is given, we need to take that information. Next, service department percentage. So percentages are given. So when percentages are given, 20% is to 40% is to 3% is to 10% of what? Of department X 1,000 rupees. Of department X 1,000 rupees. So 1,000 rupees into 20 by 100, that is 200 for production department 1. Next, for production department 2, 1,000 into 1,000, where you got that 1,000? Primary distribution of product service department X. 1,000 rupees into 40%, because production department 2 will be apportioned with, will be given to 40%. So 40 by 100, that equal to 400. Next, production department 3, 1,000 into 30%, that equal to 300. Now all 3 production departments are over. We have a service department Y with the 10%. So 1,000 into 10 by 100, that is 100. Check clearly in the second line of the primary distribution summary. So service department X 1,000 rupees are apportioned to 3 production departments. 1 production department 1 with the 200 rupees, production department 2 with the 400 rupees, production department 3 with the 300 rupees and production department, service department Y 100 rupees. Now let us observe the point of information for service department Y. Here the allocation is on the basis of 40% is to 20% is to 20% is to 20% of what? Of 1,200. See the first line of the primary distribution summary table. Production department, service department Y overheads are 1,200. So let us take that. So for production department 1, 1,200 into 40 by 100, that is 520. Production department 2, 1,200 into 20 by 100, that is 260. Production department 3, 1,200 into 20 by 100, that is 200 and 260. And for department X, service department X, we need to apportion, because we need to take very clearly for the department 3, 1,300, because 100 more is there. So 1,200 is the actual amount of Y, but we even added to the 100 of service department X, total how much? 1,300. So now I am changing the statement. 1,300 into 40% for production department 1. So 1,300 into 40 by 100, that will be 520 rupees. For production department 2, 1,300 into 20 by 100, that will be 260. Next to production department 3, 1,300 into 20 by 100, that is 260. and service department X 1300 into 20 by 100, that is 260. Total 1300 of service department Y is apportioned. Service department Y is 1300, 1200 original plus 100 from service department X, so it will be 1300. So 520 to production department 1, 260 to production department 2, 260 to production department 3, 260 to service department Y. Now we need to take the allocation point wise. So here if we take service department X 52, service department from the service department X 52, then production department 2 104, production department 3 78. Means what we are doing, whatever balances are there in service department X and Y, we are apportioning them on that basis. We are apportioning them on that basis. So 520, the percentage is given, so we need to take 520 into we have to take divided by 100, 52, like that. Okay. Next, service department Y. Service department Y, how much you have given? 26. So let us take that. 26 should be a portion 10.04. 2 that percentage, don't forget that you have a percentage. Okay. So 2.04, 1.56, 5.2. Again, service department Y got a balance of 0.52. That 0.52 should be apportioned in the ratio of 20:40:30 and 10 if any balance is left, like that. So 52 into 40 by 100, that is 0.026 for production department 1, and for production department 2 52 into 20 by 100, 0.13. Next, for production department 3 52.52 into 20 by 100, that is 0.13. So if we observe the balances of production departments, service department should not consist with any of the balances, that should be apportioned to production departments. Now the total of the production department 1 is 5583.70. Production department 2 is 4971.41 paisa. Production department 3 is 3444.89. So altogether, whatever balances are there in service department X and Y should be apportioned on the percentage that is given in the problem. So students, when you do the solution, please be very careful that whatever balances are there in service departments, they should be apportioned on the basis of the percentages given in the problem. So I am going to go back to the problem once just to check it over the percentages, and as per the percentages, the overheads or the expenses of service departments should be apportioned, and whatever apportionment we have done, we have to take the total when we are apportioning them. This is the solution. So if possibility is there, take a screenshot of it and copy down the solution. If not, while I am explaining, I have explained the solution so that you can have a idea on that. Okay, just you need to observe very clearly how the percentage of expenses are apportioned to production department, so that there is no balance left in service department, and all these service department overheads should be transferred to production departments by the percentage given in the problem. Got it? Yes, very good. The basis of apportionment of overheads of service department. So how the apportionment has been done and how we have to do the apportionment or allotment. So just service department, and just check the heading of basis of apportionment. Purchase department, if service department is there in the purchase department, number of purchase order or number of purchase requisitions or value of material purchased. So 3 bases are there, students. You need to observe this. Purchase department, number of purchase orders or number of purchase requisition or value of material purchased. Next, if service department is there in service is there in stores department, then the basis of allotment is for stores department, number of material requisition, number of material requisition or value of materials used or value of materials used. Next, timekeeping or payroll department, timekeeping or payroll department, number of employees or total labor hours, number of employees or total labor hours or machine hours. How many number of hours the machine run, on the basis of timekeeping should be maintained, or else number of employed for a particular job or the number of employed taken the number of labor hours. Next, personnel, canteen, welfare or medical department. So here 4 service departments are given at a stretch. So you can take personnel service department, canteen department, welfare of the employee department or medical department. Here we will have the basis of apportionment of overheads on the basis of number of employees or total wages. Number of employees or total wages. Next, repair and maintenance. Repair and maintenance, number of hours worked in each department. If any maintenance of a vehicle is there or any machinery is there or any plant is there or any other things are there, we need to apportion those overheads on the basis of number of hours worked in each department. Next, powerhouse. For powerhouse, we need to consider the basis of apportionment, meter reading or horsepower per hour for power. So HPR for power. Okay. So inspection. Inspection hours or value of items inspected. If any inspection has been done, we have to take inspection hours or value of items inspected. Next, drawing office. Drawing office, here we need to take the basis as number of drawings made or man hours worked. Number of drawings made or man hours worked. What for we need a drawing office? To design, to work for a particular design, or we have to design for the work and we need to do it. So what will be the apportion department, apportion basis? Number of drawings made or man hours worked. Next, accounts department means to deal the transaction of cash and credit. We have to observe the apportionment basis. For the accounts department, number of workers in each department, number of hours in each department or time devoted or time given or time taken. Simple logic. Next, tool room. For tool room, so how many, whatever tools are utilized for the machinery, we will keep in one particular and one person will be charged for it, or few people will be there to take care of it. That will be direct labor hours or machine hours or wages. Okay, so here we have a statement on the slide, students. Please check, it's not statement, it is subheading. Absorption of overheads. Absorption means sunk. So in simple words, absorption means charging equitable share of overhead expenses to the product In simple words, absorption means charging equitable share of overhead expenses to the products. So we need to allocate the overheads in an equitable manner to avoid disturbance or to avoid unnecessary complications. Okay. Next, as the overhead expenses are indirect expenses, the absorption is to be made on some suitable basis. The basis is the absorption rate, which is calculated by dividing the overhead expenses by the base selected. So whatever base we have selected, we need to divide the expenses on that rate, so that will come to an accurate expenses. So students, we have a problem regarding it, absorption of overheads, and just check over on this. A firm produces two products A and B. A firm produces two products A and B. Direct material cost for A are 2,50,000 and for B rupees 1,50,000. The overheads will be charged to these products as shown in the following statement. Assuming the rate of absorption as 50% as shown above. Okay. So what is the direct material cost for department A? Product A 2,50,000 and product B 1,50,000, and the overheads will be charged to these two products, which is stated in the statement, assuming that the rate of absorption as 50% as shown above. 50% as shown above. Okay, yes. So particulars of product A and product B. Direct materials, product A 2,50,000, product B 1,50,000. Overheads, 50% of direct material, that means for product A, if 2,50,000 into 50%, 1,25,000, and product B 1,50,000 into 50%, 75,000. Total direct material plus overheads are for product A 2,50,000 plus 1,25,000, that equal to 3,75,000, and for product B 1,50,000 plus 75,000, that is 2,25,000. This method is suitable in those organizations where material is a dominant factor in the total cost structure. Students, we need to remember the absorption of overheads. The method of absorption of overheads we need to remember, where the main dominating factor should be material cost, and it should be taken as a base cost for total cost structure. So we need to observe a point over here, over or under absorption. So over absorption means it leads to loss, under absorption means it will give a wrong cost analysis. So we need to be a bit careful. So if actual production overhead of a period is absorbed at an absorption rate on actual production during for a particular period, the overhead absorption must be equal to the actual overhead cost incurred. If actual production overheads of a period is absorbed at an absorption rate on actual production during a period, the overhead absorbed must be equal. It should be equal to the actual overhead cost incurred. But in all situations, it may not be possible. So this seldom happens, especially when predetermined overhead rates are applied. So There are seasonal differences. The difference between the budgeted overheads and actual overheads incurred is bound to happen. So the differences between overheads charged and the overhead incurred is called under or over absorption of overheads. When overheads absorbed exceeds the actual overheads, it's called as it's given, so over absorption. And when actual overheads exceed the overheads absorbed, it is called under absorption of overheads. Okay students, so this is about the topic. Today's video is regarding overheads with solution, case 4 solution, and basis of apportionment of overheads of service departments, and explanation on absorption of overheads, and problem on absorption of overheads, and a statement and a clear information about over and under absorption of overheads. Okay students, I hope you are following the videos and you are understanding the topic. So in the examination point of view, you will get 16 marks from this unit, and I think and I hope you are going to get all 16 marks at this stage. Okay, so I am ending up my video. Take care, be safe, and all the best.